Hello, my name is Ilona, and in this video I want to start with some messages from the Storm Rider. You can find him on Telegram. I've mentioned him before in my other video, and of course always see what resonates with you. I just thought that was very interesting information. And he's talking about that Russia continues to take the UN, NATO apart with strategic moves using oil, gas, military weapons delivery, and cutting power to the Ukraine. Central banking systems to hundreds of banks are apparently also in the Ukraine. Well, it wouldn't surprise me at all, but this is quite interesting. He's also mentioning that, of course, the military coup that the deep state tried with Mr. X in China failed miserably, but they most likely are going to try to set up a coup in Turkey and in France, which I find very interesting. I'm actually going to take a look at France as well in the energy. Let's see if there are more things that I wanted to mention in the other message. That, let's see, it's talking about there is a lot of military movement going on. And at the moment there are 67 military exercises taking place in the same hours through Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Syria, Greece, Israel, Iran, UK, United States, Poland, Taiwan, China, Japan. And I know that next week here in the Netherlands we are going to have military exercises. And this is really to put the military, to place them in the positions they're supposed to be. It's very interesting. Also, the US deep state Department of Justice planning to use the Chinese cases to connect to Republican officials. As you know, the deep state military coup against Mr. X failed and many were in prison taken care of. This current situation with the, certain agency or bureau, to be honest, and DOJ, against picking up these Chinese people is a staged false flag event that will connect to their political opposition. And it was also a warning apparently to Mr. X. Interesting. He also mentions at the end that the US deep state has already started to steal, what's going to happen in November. And has other US democratic states ready to halt what's going to happen in November. Several other false flags are planned on mass scale, including major escalation with, of course, the so-called Third World War. And so the major escalation of war with China, Russia, Middle East. And whoever they can course into immediate conflict. So they're just going to go full out and see who's going to react to it. Try not to worry about what's going to happen in November. The Whiteheads know this is going to happen and they want to show it in real time. So this is interesting. Not sure if it's going to happen or not, if there are going to be so many false flags that it will be impossible for them, of course, to actually continue with November. Then I assume if that's completely getting out of hand, the military is going to step in one way or the other. But it's also possible they really want to catch them doing it live. That would be very interesting. But we'll have to wait and see how that's going to work, because I'm sure the dark energies know about this and understand that that's what they're going for. So they will just do anything to make sure that it's not going to happen. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm also going to look at the energy of the USA in this video. First, I want to take a look at the United Kingdom, because they have a new Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, if I pronounce that correctly. So I just want to take a look just at the energy. To be very honest, I do believe that, I'm sure he has dark energies with him. It's very possible he made a deal as well. I think that I got that with Liz Truss. And this is really about showing people, and of course everything that happened in the short period that Liz Truss was there was enough to show a lot of people that it's really a mess up there. So it's possible he's going to help with this as well, this process. I'm just going to see what the energy is. And of course, Is he going to beat the lettuce? That's the main question. Let's see. The energy of the UK. We have the Two of Swords. The central card is the Page of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands in the past. We've got the Five of Wands underneath the central card. We have the Seven of Swords in the near future. And the Wheel of Fortune for the future, near future. So to me this feels like the white hats, especially as this is the central card, are in control. And I do believe he has made a deal, because it's pretty obvious with his background that he has dark energies ties. So it wouldn't surprise me if the new prime minister is similar to Truss, that he probably accepted some kind of deal. And it's very important now for the people in the United Kingdom to really start following their intuition, because it's going to get hectic. There's going to be more problems, how do you say this, bubbling up to the surface, more fighting, more struggles. So I think it's going to be very clear that this is really about showing the people of the United Kingdom what a mess it really is and how long it's been going on. People are still trying to get away, and I think that's going to be shown to the people as well. They're trying to get away with things. They don't want to take responsibility. More and more things obviously are coming out about the wasp sting, about things that are happening. And this is really going to turn the wheel of fortune in the right direction. So things are going to happen, and it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to happen very fast. This has, of course, movement, but this is really about showing people very clearly, just like Truss did her part there. I think he is here to show the rest and to show more things, more struggles, more not taking responsibility, and really that the most people there in the government, in the UK and worldwide, in all these governments, they don't really care about us. And that's really what's showing. This is, I think a lot of things are going to pop up, and this card really shows me that the white hats are pulling the strings there. There are still some dark energies that need to be dealt with, and that's why they're doing this. It's just really of getting rid of certain people, showing the people of the UK what a mess it has been, and there's a lot going on, a lot of movement going on. So to me, this is actually going in the right direction, but it will look quite chaotic. I don't think they're out of this chaotic period yet. I think he's going to dive head in. How do you say this? He will have to work his way through this. I'm not so sure if he's going to stay on very long, but he is going to show certain things. That's what his task most likely is. That's probably what he has to do. So it's possible he's going to try to roll out some dark energies agenda to show the people, and he's probably there to just make sure other people that are part of the dark energies are exposed. So that's what this is about. It's exposing the people that try to get away, well, you know, not taking responsibility. So I do see heading in the right direction in the UK, but it's going to be chaotic for a while. I also want to take a look at France, because I thought that was very interesting. I also read on the Storm Rider, apparently in France the military is divided. So there's a white hat part military and of course the deep state military. But the white hat part of the military are really dropping all kinds of truths. So people are waking up. Obviously a lot of people in France are not taking it, but they are one of the first countries that were standing up for themselves. Although I already mentioned, sorry about that, I already mentioned that the energies in France is obviously to react, be very reactive. And it's very important that they connect with their emotions as well and truly stand there from, how do you say this, from strength instead of out of frustration and anger, because that's what the deep state will use against them. So let's see what the energy is of France. Well, we have the Five of Pentacles, the central card, the Two of Swords. We have the King of Cups in the past. We have the Nine of Wands underneath the central card. Again, the Wheel of Fortune. We have a lot of similar cards. That's interesting. And the Four of Pentacles for the... I'm just going to get another one just to clarify the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Cups. So that's actually a beautiful card. So I would see this in a more positive way, the Four of Pentacles, because usually I was just wanted to see what that was about. So let's see first. We'll start with the other cards and then we'll get to the Four of Pentacles. We have the Two of Swords. Actually, what I was just mentioning, people in France need to connect with their intuition, with the connection with God, understanding that if they stand in their energy and in their strength without all this frustration and anger, they will really get results, because it's now used against them. These old pains and feeling that they're left out in the dark, feeling that they're left out in the cold, obviously that's going to spark a lot of frustration, anger, but they are being used, unfortunately. It's used against them. They are, of course, living off these energies, very low vibration. So it's very important for the people in France to really connect with their intuition, to really feel what is correct for me, and to work through their own anger and frustration, and not just throw it out there, because that's the energy they like. They'll be able to manipulate people a lot. How do you say that? It's easier to manipulate someone who's angry, because they're in these emotions, they can't think straight anymore, and they can really get people to the place they want them to be. That is actually they've been using that for a very long time. They've been using our frustration, our anger, our fear, mainly our fear. They prefer the fear, because fear is also, when someone is very, very afraid, they can't really think anymore. They just need safety. So they're very easily to give away their power and just, oh, take care of me, help me. That's that fear, energy, very low vibration. So they prefer people to stay in their old pain. So if it's fear, it's fear. Frustration, anger is also a very good way of manipulating people. They won't be able to think straight. They won't be able to connect with their intuition. So they won't be able to make the right decisions. So very interesting that we, of course, have these cards. So the Wheel of Fortune, again, things going to get moving there very quickly. So I do believe things are happening. And this is very important, is that people in France, how to say this, connect more with their own energy and protect their own energy. Really connect with each other, from opening up to each other, to, instead of being angry and frustrated and not working through those emotions. Shadow work is very important. They start protecting their own energy. They start protecting and connecting with people that are like-minded and standing in their own strength. This is also about protecting your own energy. And I think that's very important in France, that people there are starting to protect their own energy. If you want to stand up, of course, but stand up from a place of strength instead of a place of anger and frustration, like I've mentioned before. So that's going to be very important. And I think that will happen in the future. It's happening. I think people are starting to understand we can get angry all the time and it's not going to change anything, and they just use that anger against us. We need to stand and really connect with ourselves and protect our energy. Very, very important. So that's France. And I also want to take a look at the USA, of course. What's going on there? Let's see the energy of the USA. So many things are happening there. And of course, we're heading towards that very important moment in November. Not sure if it's going to happen or not, but it's going to be very, very interesting. Let's see the energies. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords as the central card. We have the Page of Wands in the past. We've got the Sun underneath the King of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands in the future, near future. And we have the Devil card. I'm just going to clarify that one. Let's see. The Knight of Cups. This is interesting. So there's a lot of working together. I do believe the Whiteheads are really preparing everything to make sure, you know, what the dark energies have in mind, that they'll be able to handle it, counter it, And this is a well thought out plan. So I do believe they have all these scenarios ready in case they do this move, we'll do this move. This is the chess game that's been mentioned so many times, the chess game. This is about the King of Swords. They will try to manipulate things. They will try to twist things, just like they're doing now with these cases with these Chinese. They've been, bringing out in the forefront, and they will try to, just like with that Russia thing, they'll try to make up, the stories about people. They will try everything, because this is not only about truth. The King of Swords can be seen as a very negative. So from the dark energies point of view, they'll try to manipulate. But especially with the Sun, I see this actually as the white hats. They will use everything the dark energies will come up with another scenario. They are very, very prepared, especially with the Sun underneath. They know what they're doing. So really trust the plan, basically. And of course, we see this new beginning, the Ace of Wands, new energetic beginning. And especially with this is really about letting go of all these dark energies, especially for the people in the USA. Very important, again, connection to your intuition, to your feelings, to your emotions. That's how they manipulate you. So make sure you're connected. And I think that's going to happen in the near future. More and more people are going to see. This is also a chance of showing, of course, what's going on with the dark energy. It's been going on for a while, but it's going to get more and more open, showing what's really been going on. And of course, the people connecting with their own intuition, understanding of what's going on. And then, of course, especially with the Ace of Wands, they're going to be a completely new energy, completely new beginning. So things are really looking actually in a way good in the USA. I do believe we're going to really be in a very, very chaotic period now. We really need to be just prepared. Things can happen. But we are really in this stage that things are going down, so to speak. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen, but we will see it around us. It's going to get very chaotic. The dark energies, the deep state, are really losing so much now. So they need to step up, especially in the USA. They obviously do not want what's going to happen in November. They don't want that happening. So they're going to throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. So we really have to be prepared with that. And that will have an effect, of course, worldwide. We'll have to see and wait and see what's going to happen and how it's going to unfold. But things are happening. So, and I can really see a change in USA. And like I've seen in a lot of countries, I believe that we are going to be all right. We are going to be fine. And we really need to trust that, because when we really trust that and feel that, we will manifest that. So I want to leave it at this. I hope to see you in another video. Bye.